Well, the Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this BFN Report, man. Make sure y'all sign my petition too. Get Donald Trump off Twitter. You can find the change.org link in my Instagram bio, GradyGrant716, laying out exactly why he needs to be removed from that platform, including violating Twitter policies, man. Jack Dorsey, you the CEO. What's up? What's happening, man? Now check this out though. Over in Puerto Rico, Ricardo Rosselló actually has decided to resign from his governorship after weeks of thousands of people protesting against him after his text messages were leaked. Text messages showing that he had actually said homophobic and sexist and violent remarks against people that he's supposed to be batting for. He's supposed to be dealing with, like the mayor of San Juan, for example, or like New York City Council speaker, for example. So people have been protesting like heavily to get him out of there, and they got their wish. He's gonna leave officially on August 2nd, but his successor is going to be the Secretary of the Department of Justice, Wanda Vasquez, who he appointed. So people are already up in arms about that. Green Wall and Graduation. We'll go to Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this BFN Report, man. Make sure y'all sign my petition. Get Donald Trump on Twitter. You can find the change.org link in my Instagram bio, GradyGrant716. Now, over in Congress, actually, last week, Congress had made moves. The House of Representatives specifically put out 3 resolutions to block Donald Trump's attempt to sidestep Congress's congressional approval so that he could do this $8 billion weapon sales with the United Arab Emirates and Saudi Arabia. Now, the problems with this are obvious, mainly because these are precision-guided weapon systems worth $8 billion that he's going to give to the two countries. And Saudi Arabia has a terrible humanitarian track record right now that seems troublesome, from their war against Yemen that's already been backed by the U.S. that seems to be causing a lot of starvation, a lot of cholera outbreak, a lot of deaths. And also to their chopping up of Jamal Khashoggi, who's a Washington Post journalist. So this is kind of crazy that they would take this route, but without any explanation. Green Wall and Graduation. We'll go to Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this BFN Report, man. Make sure you sign my petition. Get Donald Trump off Twitter. You can find the change.org link in my Instagram bio, GradyGrant716, laying out exactly why he should be removed from there, yo. Him or whoever's managing that account, they are a danger to us. With being able to set rules without accountability, without even being questioned, get the fuck out of here. Get him the fuck off of there. Jack Dorsey, you the CEO. You know what's up. He violating Twitter policies, man. Now, on the legal front, though, in the international law front, a California federal judge actually blocked Trump's asylum ban, which was essentially going against international law by saying that if you seek asylum in the U.S., you basically can't unless you sought asylum in the countries through which you travel to get to the U.S. If you coming from Guatemala or something like that, like, you need to have applied for asylum in Mexico before you come to the U.S. So California judge banned this, and good for them. Shout out to the Center for Constitutional Rights for bringing this to court, you know what I mean, and challenging it and everybody else who did too. Green Wall and Graduation, though. New World Order, Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this BFN Report. Make sure you sign my petition. Get Donald Trump off Twitter too, man. You can find the change.org link in my Instagram bio, laying out exactly with irrefutable evidence why he needs to get kicked off of that thing, man. Jack Dorsey, come on. He keep putting us, the U.S. troops, everybody in danger, man, with his egregious comments. Him or whoever's managing that, violating Twitter policies and all of that. You know the shit. Now, yesterday, Facebook was actually hit with the largest fine for a privacy breach in U.S. history. And this fine was for $5 billion. For them basically being essentially dishonest with their users on how the user data was being carried out. And, privacy breaches as a result. Now, this actually comes as Facebook made $17 billion in the second quarter this year. You know what I'm saying? Like from April, May, and June, right? You're talking about a company that is valued at $580 billion. So it's like Rashida Jones says to the Zuckerberg actor in the Social Network movie, it's just a speeding ticket. Green Wall and Graduation. We'll go to Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this BFN Report, man. Make sure you sign my petition. Get Donald Trump off Twitter. You can find the change.org link in my Instagram bio, GradyGrant716, and the link lays out exactly why you should be removed, including violating Twitter policies. Pardon me. Jack Dorsey, the CEO, you supposed to know what's happening, man. Why like you don't understand what the person that's holding the highest position in the country is doing with your platform? But check this out though. in London. I told y'all about how Boris Johnson became the new prime minister for the United Kingdom, succeeding Theresa May. Now this dude only got 0.13% of the votes of the population. We're talking about only 100,000 people really like voted for him. He seems to be serving elite interests or whatever, and I guess that's why activists took to the streets to protest against him becoming the prime minister. They even went so far as to form a chain preventing him from getting into the Buckingham Palace to meet with the Queen. Now, Trump calls him a friend, so I assume he's on the same type of way he on. But he actually even said that, he seems to be calling for a no Brexit deal, and it's basically saying that, despite what people may fear from that, I think it won't be as bad as they say it will be. You know what I mean? And it's like, I'm gonna need you to know. Green Wall and Graduation. The New World Order, Bishop Grady, letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this BFN report, man. Make sure you sign my petition too. Get Donald Trump off Twitter. You can find the change.org link in my Instagram bio. The BDS movement, boycotts, divestments, and sanctions, is a movement that essentially is designed at checking the state of Israel for their atrocities against Palestinians, and that resulting in human rights and international law violations. Now, there was a bill in Congress that was actually built to oppose the BDS movement. There's actually been BDS boycotts on the legislation level throughout the country. In some states, you can't even keep a job while speaking out negatively against what's going on in Israel and their workers with the Palestinians. So this bill in Congress is a bill opposing that, and House of Representatives actually ruled 398 to 17 against it. 1 Republican and 16 Democrats. One of those Democrats being the first Palestinian American to be voted into Congress, Rashida Tlaib. That's fucked up though. You know what I mean? Green Wall and Graduation. Go to Bishop Grady, letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this BFN report, man. Make sure you sign my petition. Get Donald Trump off Twitter. You can find the change.org link in my Instagram bio, laying out exactly why he needs to get the fuck off of that platform. CEO Jack Dorsey, man, you supposed to know better, man. You know that man is violating Twitter policies. Like, cut it the fuck out and cut him out, man. Him or whoever is running that shit. Now, over in Mozambique, actually. Now, I told y'all says a bunch of weeks ago about how these cyclones hit Mozambique and neighboring countries. Cyclone Idai was the name of one of them, but it actually killed hundreds of people. Well, 1.6 million people are now in Mozambique facing hunger and food insecurity due to the damage caused by these cyclones, according to the World Food Program. So, keep those people in that area in your prayers. It's actually one of the worst natural disasters that are linked to climate change that actually even hit the southern hemisphere. So, keep that in mind. We're in some ill times. Green Wall and Graduation. World Order, Bishop Grady, letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this BFN report, man. Make sure you sign my petition. Get Donald Trump off Twitter. You can find the change.org link in this Instagram bio. Grady Grant 716, laying out exactly why he needs to be removed from that platform, including violating Twitter policy. Jack Dorsey, you the CEO. You supposed to already know better. Get him the fuck up out of here, man. Now, check this out. Shout out to Meek Mill and the whole Dream Chaser squad. So, in the whole Reform squad, the whole Reform Alliance, everybody that's been working with him on the legal front, trying to get him out of probation. Now, he's been there for over a decade. This probation stems from 2008 when he was convicted by a non-jury trial, for drugs and weapons charges that are based on a false testimony by the prosecuting officer. Now, when they was getting rid of those dirty cops and doing that sweep into looking into the justice system in Philadelphia specifically or whatever, one of these cops that testified against him were caught up in there. But I say all that to say Meek Mill has actually been taken off probation, and he's being given a new trial because of that scenario. So, shout out to him and everybody that kept fighting for that shit. Like, this is actually a big step for black people as a whole, hip hop as a whole. Green Wall and Graduation.